What's up, everybody? This is Isaac with Deluxe Detail Service based out of Joplin, Missouri. In this video, I'm going to be giving a more in-depth tour of my mobile detailing setup. The first video I made was a video of my setup. It was very short, a very basic video. This is still going to be a basic video, but it's going to be slightly better. I work out of my daily driver. It's an 06 Silverado. It works great for my needs. This setup is as basic as possible, as efficient for me as possible. I'll always have room for improvements along the way, but for now, how it is, it works perfect for me. Everything that I have and use is the most efficient and cheap way to go about things. So without further ado, let's get into it. Guys, this truck is a work truck, farm truck, race truck. I race this truck at the drag strip. This truck has been great for me. I've recently paid it off. It's never let me down. No major issues at all with it ever. Easy to work on. Just a great truck. Works just as good as a van would for me. But let's get into the setup. Alright, first off, I got the Milk Crate Special. That's most of my chemicals and polishes. My pump sprayer I use on wheels and floor mats and stuff like that, in upholstery when it's annoying to use a squirt bottle. The pump sprayer makes it so much quicker. I'm not going to go into super detail about every chemical I use. I mostly use Meguiar's polishing compounds. It's just tried and true. You don't have to dig into all the special boutique polishes. Meguiar's, you just know you're gonna get good stuff, even if it's old-fashioned, a lot of it. But I mean, you can't go wrong with it. So I use mostly Meguiar stuff, a professional line. I don't go to Walmart and get it unless I am in a pinch and I have to. But if you guys are interested in individual chemicals I use, I can go into that. I like to keep my seat open, so I used to keep a lot of stuff in my seat, but it started blocking the window where it's hard to see stuff, so I keep that open now. All right, back here, this is where I keep all my pads in this plastic dresser, and in this bag I keep all my headlight restoration sandpaper, masking tape, and just anything that has to do with headlight restoration I keep in that bag. Here I got my 7-inch rotary pads, wool pads, and some foam pads. Guys, these wool pads are 10 bucks a piece from Harbor Freight. I don't use cheap, crappy stuff. I just use what works. You don't have to have the most expensive stuff to get good results. I've used those pads time and time again with no issues on everything from boats to cars to tractors, just everything in between with no issues. I don't have to impress anybody using fancy stuff. I just use what works. It happens to be cheap, but it's good quality. I'm not using some cheap crap on people's stuff. All right, didn't mean to go on a tangent there. But here I got my 5-inch DA pads, dual action. Use mostly Chemical Guys Hex Logic pads and some other just random ones. Guys, Chemical Guys buffing pads are honestly is pretty much the only thing from Chemical Guys that I use. Their pads are decent. Chemical Guys has a pretty bad rep. Overall, their stuff is pretty expensive for what it is, but their pads are good, and I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm not gonna go in to a tangent about Chemical Guys. All right, up here I got my 3-inch pads for tight spaces. All right, that's all my pads. This right here is very important. It's just a piece of foam for my knees whenever I'm doing wheels and just whenever I'm kneeling down at all. I'll walk over to the other side. All right, over here I keep my gas. Here's some of more of my gallon chemicals. I use mostly Superior products because you can ship them for free to O'Reilly's, and I live within a couple miles of like 5 different O'Reilly stores in the middle of town, so that's been the best way to go about it for me. You can't really go wrong with any of their stuff. I also got their aluminum brightener for semis that want that. I haven't used it yet. Yeah, Superior products, get it shipped to O'Reilly's for free, or you can just ship it from their website, but for me it's worked best just to get it to O'Reilly's. All right, here's all my polishers. I use cordless Mac Tools polisher because I got a good deal on them on the tool truck whenever I used to work as a mechanic, and I have beat the absolute crap out of both of those polishers, the DA and the rotary. I can make a whole separate video on those if that is wanted, but cordless has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm always working on boat docks, on farms. I'm always working in secluded areas. I have a generator in case I need it, but with cordless stuff, it's just so much easier. And I have beat the absolute crap out of those machines, and they still work flawlessly. And then I have another 6-inch polisher in there, and a light and a drill for my drill brush. I'm just kind of skimming over most of my stuff. If you want me to go deeper, I can make individual videos, but this is a basic overview. In this bag I got all my batteries. I've accumulated a crap ton, and polishers tend to eat up batteries, so if you're going to go the cordless route, you're going to want to invest in a lot of them. Otherwise you're going to have some issues running out of batteries. So if you're going to go cordless, get a lot of them. All right, that pretty much sums up everything I carry in the cab. I got my business cards in that container. Also in here is where I keep all my bookwork, receipts and stuff. I let it accumulate for a while, then I actually, take care of it. But that's my QuickBooks. All right, that's all I got in the cab. Let's go to the back of the truck. All right, here I got my power washer. This thing has worked out great. Been through a lot with it, no issues. I got another plastic dresser. I keep my interior microfibers, miscellaneous brushes and tools, my paint microfibers in that one. Got a ladder for working on tractors and stuff. Then I got some jumper cables, and then I got my rough bristle brushes for really dirty tractors and stuff. I would never use those on cars, and you shouldn't either, but there is a time and place for them. I got another small step whenever I don't need to bring out the big ladder for doing like SUVs and trucks. And I got my rigid vacuum. Guys, this thing has been out in the rain, been out in the freezing snow, been dropped, fallen out of the truck. This thing has been through hell and back, and it works like brand new. I can't recommend those rigid vacuums enough, and I'm not sponsored by them. It's just a good vacuum. End of story. All right, moving on. I got my McCulloch steamer, McCulloch. It is honestly one of the best bang for buck machines that I have. I think it's like around $200, and you can do carpet and upholstery with it, clean out gum, nasty cup holders. It says pretty much limitless uses. It's cheap and it does any job you need it to do. You just fill it with water and go. Everyone always says you need to use distilled water. I just use it right out of the hose. Never had a problem. I've had this thing for a year now, maybe longer. Got my Predator generator. It will run the vacuum and the steamer at the same time without any issues. Pretty much anything you need for detailing. The Predator, this model, I forgot the exact name of it, but anyway, this model will power anything you need for mobile detailing pretty much. Unless it's like a huge air compressor, you might run into issues, but this is more than enough for what any regular mobile detailer will need. It's worked out great. All right, so this bucket serves multiple purposes. It holds more equipment and also a wash out of it. Most of the time, since I have a foam cannon, I actually use the no bucket method. Everybody's always going on and on about the 2-bucket method. You have to have the 2-bucket method and grit guards and all that. It's just a waste of time, guys. If you have a foam cannon, you spray soap on there, you don't even need a bucket. Just go one panel at a time, spray soap. Well, I can make a separate video about that. I don't need to go into a tangent. But it holds all my extension cords and other miscellaneous stuff. So I'm all about things serving more than one purpose, as any mobile detailer should. And that pretty much sums up everything I carry. Guys, this is a proven money-making rig. I have been working on my truck for well over a year now, probably close to 2 years. I've been doing this full time since December of last year, so I haven't been doing it full time for a year yet. But I'm getting there. Haven't had any issues with my setup. It's worked out great. Sums up everything I carry in the truck. I have some other equipment that I have that I don't carry all the time. All right, I'm gonna give you a little bonus clip. I just recently acquired this trailer. I haven't set it up yet. It's a 5x8 trailer. My plan is to build this so I can carry everything in my truck, so I don't have to carry all my stuff in my truck anymore. And my truck can go back to just being a regular daily driver. And then I have all my detailing equipment in here. If I'm not detailing in a certain day, I can just leave the trailer here, have my truck, and not have to unpack it. So that will work out great. This is a used trailer. I got a decent deal on it, not a steal like I like to get, but I got a decent deal. So far, the only thing I've done to it is I bedlined the floor to protect from like water leaks and stuff. And I didn't want it to be perfect. Like I got some overspray on the walls, but I wasn't worried about it at all. I put multiple coats on the floor. It worked out great. I used a Raptor lining kit. I can make a video about that if anyone's interested. It worked out great. The trailer might be a little tight for all of my needs, but I think I can build it to work out pretty great. I've said that many times. Pretty great. Yeah, it's my trailer. This is definitely a build in process. I'm working on it whenever I get the time and extra money to, which I do not have a lot of either of those, but I'm making it work slowly and surely. All right, let's move on to the garage where I got some miscellaneous stuff. Don't mind the mess. All right, there, that is my water deionizer. It has resin in it. It filters the water, all the minerals and deposits in water, so I don't have to dry vehicles. I can just let it air dry without water spotting. Right now it needs new resin, and I haven't gotten any yet. So especially whenever I'm doing huge stuff like tractors and big RVs, there is no time to dry those. It sucks. So if you're doing, even on regular cars, this helps out a lot. Drying is like the worst part of it, of detailing. You need to get you one of these. It's like $200. It's a great investment. All right, moving on. I got an extra power washer. My neighbor's mowing right now. I got this for free, not running in terrible shape. I spent a couple nights working on it and now it works with no issues. My plan is to unmount it from the dolly and then put this one in my trailer and keep the one I have in my truck just as an extra. So that's gonna be mounted in the trailer to a water tank and then a hose reel instead of just wrapped around. Need to get started on that, that's the plan. And then here's my heated Sandia extractor. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. Guys, if you're starting your detailing business, look on Facebook Marketplace. There's no deals to be found on Craigslist anymore. It's all on Facebook. I got a great deal on this. If I was to buy this brand new, it's around like $600. I'm not gonna say what I got this for, but it's a lot less than that. The hose and everything ready to go. It works out great. I don't carry this with me all the time because it takes up a lot of space and I don't need it all the time. It's a great extractor for the money. And then on this shelf, I just got a bunch of extra stuff that I don't carry all the time. Extra pads, extra chemicals. And that crate is all of my metal polishing stuff. Got the rake, polisher, all the wheels and rouges, whatever you call it. I don't do a whole lot of metal polishing, but whatever I do, I have it. And guys, that pretty much sums up my video. Thank you for watching. Just a basic overlook of my setup. Like I mentioned, this is a proven money-making setup. I've done a lot of work with very basic stuff. Not cheap as in low quality, but I've just been frugal and in what I buy and how I use stuff, and it's worked out great so far. Not to say I haven't had issues. Every day I'm learning new ways to go about things. Have good days, have bad days. I'm not gonna say every experience I've had is good. I've underquoted jobs, lost money, lost time, energy, but that's just a part of it. If you're not ready to do that, then you aren't ready to make a detailing business. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is Isaac, Deluxe Detail Service, making another video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.